All right, let's talk about something that's become, well, almost universal in our hyper-connected world. It's that feeling, that deep mental exhaustion after you've been scrolling through social media. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the science behind it, and more importantly, figure out what on earth we can do about it. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You pick up your phone for what you thought would be a quick 5-minute break, and when you finally put it down, you just feel spent, like you've run a marathon without moving an inch. Well, it turns out it is not just in your head. There's a real neurological reason for this, and we're about to get to the bottom of it. Okay, so let's dive right in. First up, we need to know what to call this thing. And yes, it has a name. Some experts call it the social media hangover, which I kind of love. Or, a little more formally, digital burnout. Now, this definition is so important because it tells you this is a real thing. Digital burnout isn't just you being tired of your phone. No, it's a genuine state of exhaustion. It hits your mind, your body, and your emotions, and it's all fueled by that never-ending, constant stream of information. So, do any of these signs hit a little too close to home? That feeling of being tired all the time, even when you've had enough sleep? Or finding it impossible to just focus on one single task? Maybe you're feeling more irritable or anxious than usual. These aren't just random symptoms, you guys. They are the classic red flags that your brain is seriously overloaded. So, what is actually happening up here when we scroll? Let's pop the hood, put our brains under the microscope, and find out what these apps are really doing to us. Okay, this comparison is absolutely wild. Get this, in 5 minutes of reading a book, your brain calmly processes about 25 lines of text. But in those same 5 minutes on a social media feed, your brain is getting bombarded with around 400 different images. 400! That's not deep, thoughtful processing. That's a rapid-fire cognitive assault, and it is incredibly taxing on your brain. And here's the proof that this isn't just a vague feeling. It's a measurable, physical change in your brain's electrical activity. EEG studies show that as you scroll, your alpha waves, think of those as your brain's chill mode, they actually decrease. Meanwhile, your beta and gamma waves, which are all about focus and intense processing, they don't just spike, they linger, even after you've closed the app. And after a while, your delta waves, which are a sign of total neural exhaustion, start to climb. Your brain is literally getting tired. So why does this happen? Well, it's because these platforms are built to hook you. They use this principle called intermittent variable rewards. Every single like, every comment, every unpredictable new video that pops up, bam, a little hit of dopamine. It creates this powerful loop that's not like reading a book in a library. It's exactly like pulling the lever on a slot machine over and over and over again. And this quote from Sina Hartung at Harvard Medical School just nails it perfectly. Eventually, your brain's reward system just gets worn out. The dopamine hits don't feel as good, but the cognitive cost of all that stimulation is still there. And that's the exact moment the fun stops and the exhaustion kicks right in. Now, this mental drain isn't just a short-term problem that goes away. We need to talk about the long-term consequences. Because what's happening is nothing short of a heist on our ability to focus. Just take a look at these numbers from Dr. Gloria Mark's research. They are staggering. Back in 2004, our average attention span on any given screen was a respectable 2.5 minutes. Fast forward to 2018, and it had plummeted to just 47 seconds. 47! We are literally training our brains to constantly jump from one new thing to the next, and in the process, we're losing the ability for deep, sustained focus. And this whole phenomenon has led to this new and, frankly, kind of terrifying term, brain rot. It was even named Oxford's Word of the Year. It's defined as the deterioration of our mental state from just consuming way too much trivial online content. But the truly scary part? Some research suggests this might not just be a slang term, but a literal description of what's happening inside our skulls. And this is why it's so concerning. We're talking about studies from top institutions like Harvard and Stanford that are finding actual physical changes in the brain. They're seeing links between heavy internet use and shrinking gray matter in the prefrontal cortex.
That's the part of your brain that's crucial for making decisions and controlling impulses. This can weaken our memory and has even led some academics to coin the term digital dementia. It's serious stuff.
Okay, I know that was a whole lot of doom and gloom. But here's the good news, and it is really good news. We are not powerless here. It is absolutely possible to fight back. So let's get to our final section and talk about how we can start reclaiming our focus.
So here is a simple, totally actionable framework. First, set some clear boundaries. No phones at dinner, that's an easy one. Second, curate your feed. Unfollow accounts that make you feel stressed or bad about yourself. Third, take mindful breaks. Use the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. And fourth, and this might be the most important one, actively replace scrolling with a real-world hobby. Now, this piece of advice is a little counterintuitive, but it is so powerful. Instead of trying to just cut back on all your apps, which can be really hard, research suggests it's way more effective to pick one small, habitual online activity and just eliminate it completely. Getting rid of that one little thing can be better at breaking that dopamine loop than trying to just reduce everything a little bit.
So you might be wondering, how long does it take before the fatigue actually sets in? Is there a tipping point? Well, research on athletes found that just 40 minutes, 40, of continuous social media use was enough to cause measurable mental fatigue and actually hurt their performance. That seems to be the threshold. And if you need a little more motivation to make a change, just look at this chart. This is the real payoff. One study found that people who replaced only 30 minutes of daily scrolling with an active hobby, like drawing or cooking, saw a 19-point jump on the World Health Organization's well-being index. I mean, that is a huge improvement in your mental health from one relatively small change.
So we'll end with this question for you to think about. In our age of infinite distraction, our attention is without a doubt our most valuable and our most limited resource. The algorithms are specifically designed to capture it and sell it. The real question is, are you going to decide for yourself where that precious attention is best spent? Thanks for joining us.